Hello everyone, today we are going to be talking about Beyond Meat, ticker symbol BYND. We're going to be talking about the earnings they just reported a few days ago, some partnerships they announced, as well as the past performance of this stock and what its future prospects look like. So let's get straight into it. Beyond Meat is a food producer. More specifically, it sells plant-based meat products. Some of their most well-known products include the Beyond Burger, the Beyond Beef, Beyond Sausage, Beyond Chicken, among others. They have a $9 billion market cap, and they are a fairly recent company in the stock market, having IPO'd back in 2019. If you take a look at the stock price over the last few years, you can see that this is a very volatile stock. When it IPO'd, it had a huge run-up going all the way to over $200. Then it fell all the way down to about 70, eventually even reaching the 50s. Ever since then, it has had another huge run-up, going all the way back to the 200s, but now it sits at around $140, $150 a share. This is one of those stocks that can't be analyzed solely on its current performance. You have to think about it for years to come. This is a play that's going to take some time to play out, but when it does, the rewards can be really big. Now let's talk about the opportunity for Beyond Meat's business. Young people are getting more and more preoccupied with climate change, ethics, and health. Beyond Meat is trying to fight all this, and this is something that can be the recipe for its success. On the health front, people have been trying to consume less meat, especially red meat. It is known to increase the risk of getting lots of diseases, such as heart failure and cancer. However, people like to eat meat, and they won't stop just eating meat. That's where Beyond Meat comes in. They have years of experience in plant-based meat that tastes like meat, looks like meat, and feels like meat. On the ethics side, more and more people are concerned about what's happening at slaughterhouses. As the population grows, there has been a need to produce even more meat, leading to some things that not everyone is comfortable with happening at those slaughterhouses. To fight this, Beyond Meat is actually inviting people to their factories. Their CEO, Ethan Brown, is always saying, "Come visit our factories, we have nothing to hide," unlike the meat industry. Finally, on the pollution side, the meat industry is a really pollutant one. Firstly, cows are one of the biggest sources of methane, and to get their meat, a lot of water is wasted and a lot of land needs to be used. Now let's talk about the earnings they just reported. They missed both the revenue and the EPS expectations. I'm not too worried about the EPS side because this is a young company that needs to reinvest, so losses are to be expected. However, I want to see these revenues to keep growing. Their CEO, Ethan Brown, has the same thought process. As you can see here in their earnings conference call, he said, "I don't think about your EPS targets and things like that. What I think about is how do I position this business for long-term success." And I truly believe this is the right way to go forward. They should not be focusing on being profitable right now, as that will eventually lead to smaller gains in the future. Now let's take a closer look at their report. They just reported 37% year-over-year growth of revenues. This is huge. During a pandemic year, for a food company to deliver these results shows that something is being done right. However, in this last quarter, there was only 3.5% growth. However, if we take a look where this is coming from, This is, if we take a look at their segments, we can see that the retail revenues have more than doubled. This is huge. What lets them down is the restaurant side of their business, or the food service one. We all know why this was down, and we can expect this to improve on the coming years. Lots of restaurant plays have been increasing a lot in the last few months because people see them as recovery plays, and I don't think people are realizing how much of a recovery play Beyond Meat can be. When people can go back to eating out at restaurants, we can expect the food service side of their business to increase a lot. Their balance sheet is still looking pretty good, with very little liabilities compared to their assets. In the conference call, we could hear Ethan Brown saying they are committed to keep investing and growing their business. As you can see here, he said, "We're commercializing a lot, we're building new facilities, we're adding operational staff. I want to re-emphasize that we will continue to make bold forward bets on our future growth, and that you can expect us to step up investment across innovation, commercialization, and operations, marketing, international expansion, and cost down initiatives." He also said that while these decisions certainly impact our profitability and margins in the near term, they represent clear indications of our commitment to continuing to lead the accelerating global plant-based movement. But this is all good to hear, but are they actually materializing what they are saying? Firstly, if we take a look here, we can see that their research and development as a percentage of net revenue is really high when compared to other food groups. 7.8% of their net revenues are reinvested into research and development. This is also up year over year, as it was 6.9% last year. This research and development has allowed them to release 6 new products in the past 2 years. They have the Beyond Breakfast Sausage, the Beyond Mince, the Beyond Breakfast Sausage Patties, the Beyond Meatballs, the reformulated Beyond Burger, and the reformulated Beyond Sausage. They have invested heavily in new facilities. For example, they built a new sophisticated production facility in China, more specifically in Jiaxing, and this can really propel Beyond Meat's business in Asia. They also built another facility in Netherlands, more specifically in Zandbergen, and this can really help Beyond Meat's business, this time in Europe. They have a new production plant in Pennsylvania, and they are investing a lot in their state-of-the-art facility in Los Angeles, where their research team and laboratories are located. This is where they bring out new products and research new ways to make their products. So if you ask me, would I prefer Beyond Meat to be profitable right now, or be reinvesting into their business and building new facilities in new countries and reinvesting a lot into research and development? I would most certainly prefer the investment. The profitability can wait. Now let's talk about some announcements they made in this last week. Ethan Brown, their CEO, just keeps on closing deals. This is a company that has already struck deals with companies such as Starbucks. About a month ago, they struck one with Pepsi, and as you can see here, they are teaming up to make plant-based snacks and drinks, and as this is the third largest food company in the world, a huge opportunity is arising for Beyond Meat. A few days ago, another 2 really big deals were announced, firstly with Yum Brands. If you don't know about Yum Brands, they own Taco Bell, KFC, and Pizza Hut. They are going to co-create and offer innovative plant-based protein menu items that can only be found at these 3 locations over the next several years. I believe the Beyond Meat logo will be on the boxes, which is massive for their brand awareness. Then they also announced a strategic global agreement with McDonald's to be their preferred supplier of the McPlant. Most likely, the Beyond Meat logo will not be on this one, but maybe after these 3 years of their agreement, this might change. Just imagining if the McPlant rolls out all around the world, Beyond Meat products will instantly become available to billions of customers around the world. These partnerships are very good for Beyond Meat to increase its revenues and also for the recovery of their food outlet segment. We can expect these numbers to increase a lot, but what I really think will make a huge difference for Beyond Meat's success is the brand awareness. By making these partnerships, Beyond Meat is getting recognized by more and more people. Just the other day, I was watching the news, and this isn't in the US or UK, it is in a small country. There was this segment about Bill Gates urging people to start eating synthetic meat, and the reporters went to the supermarket and said that the best option was Beyond Meat. Beyond Meat is just getting into mainstream media, and these partnerships will just accelerate this process. Thank you very much for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss another video.